Welcome to NFL News Update, where touchdowns meet headlines. Stay in the game with the freshest NFL updates. This is your quick dive into football fervor.
The New England Patriots are both in a position of power and, in another sense, powerless. The 2024 NFL Draft is expected to have QBs go 1 to 2, 3. The top prospects are Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. So the Patriots are likely happy to have a pick where they can at least get one of them. The problem, of course, is that if they rank one of those players below the others, they are forced to settle for that player. And that's where the Minnesota Vikings come into play. On Friday, they acquired an additional first-round pick for this year's draft. The Vikings now have the 11th overall pick along with the Texans' 23rd overall selection. Those two pieces are, according to many of the modern draft value calculations, good enough to get Minnesota up to 3rd overall. Of course, those calculations don't consider the value of quarterbacks. When teams are trading up for a QB, they often overpay considerably. So if the Vikings were trading up with New England, it might require an additional first or second-round pick. In particular, the Patriots might have a hard time saying no to no's. 11, 23, and a 2025 first-rounder. That's a genuine Godfather offer for a New England team that made virtually no big-ticket out-of-house signings in free agency and, in turn, looks riddled with needs across the roster. Whom might the Vikings want at no. 3 overall? Well, they may want May, who is the odds-on favorite to go in that spot. May is connected to Josh McCown, the team's QB's coach and former NFL quarterback. McCown was May's high school coach, so they go way back. That's why it's easy to imagine the Vikings are targeting 3rd overall, not 2nd or 1st. Not only would it take an insane package to get into the top 2 picks, but neither the Bears nor the Commanders have shown any interest in moving back. Of course, New England needs a quarterback as much as Minnesota does. In order for the Patriots to want to move down, they'd need to have one of the 2 following opinions. 1. May is not a future high-end starter and / or 2. There is at least one equal or better prospect who will be available after the 3rd overall pick. There's not much the Patriots can do if they don't believe in May, except trade down and take the picks. If the Patriots fall into the category of liking another QB more than May, and the popular name as QB4 is Michigan's J.J. McCarthy, then that's a trickier situation. If New England wanted to trade back with the Vikings and still come away with a QB, the Patriots would need to trade back up into the top 6. And that might not be possible, given that the New York Giants, who own the no 6 pick, are supposedly buzzing over McCarthy. Of course, it's worth noting that it's smokescreen season, and the Giants have every reason to say they want McCarthy when they really want another prospect. If 4 quarterbacks go in the top 5 picks, the Giants will get the second-best non-QB prospect. That's a pretty good situation for New York. The obvious problem for the Vikings trading up to 3rd overall isn't value. It's possible the Patriots like May and have no plans to trade the pick. And there was plenty of buzz out of the NFL combined that GM Elliott Wolf and coach Jared Mayo do, indeed, like May. The Patriots believed he was the most impressive quarterback in interviews, according to NBC Sports Boston. May openly discussed how much he vied with the Patriots staff. It's normal for prospects to sell themselves to high-picking teams. It's normal for high-picking teams to compliment prospects. But let's say all of this is genuine, and they're a match. That would mean the Vikings aren't targeting May at all. Because if they're stocking up on picks, it would be because they have a sense they can get into the slot where they can get the QB they want. So in that case, they could be looking to snag McCarthy, and it seems like they want to trade into the top 6 picks to get him. That means Minnesota would need to find a trade partner among the Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Chargers, and Giants. The Chargers, in particular, make a lot of sense to trade back, given they just traded their star receiver Keenan Allen and released their WR2 Mike Williams due to a major salary cap crunch. If the Vikings want to play chicken with the Giants, supposing New York is bluffing about their interest in McCarthy, Minnesota could also trade into the 7th pick, owner by the Falcons, to take the Michigan quarterback. Minnesota's move has created options for the QB-needy team. But it's likely that the Vikings didn't just make the move to acquire the Texans' first-rounder to create options. They must have a plan. We'll see how it unfolds in the coming weeks.